Today we are going to be talking about the 8-step finishing process that Bermex offers on all of its furniture. After that, we're going to talk about the 11 different finishes that Bermex offers on every piece of furniture as well. First of all, 8-step finishing process. Typically, a lot of other furniture companies are going to have a 4 to 6-step finishing process. Bermex has 8 to ensure the highest quality of product. Step 1, as you see over here, is the toner. We apply a toner to all of our furniture. This way it's going to add more uniform and even shade of color throughout the product. Step 2, we apply the wood stain. Step 3, we have all of our furniture. It's all hand wiped by our craftsmen in-house. So it's going to be making sure it's a nice uniform finish. Also, it's going to make sure the stain penetrates the wood as much as possible. So if you do get a scratch, ding, or dent in the future, hopefully you're not going to see blonde wood. You'll still be able to see the finish through there. Step 4, unity of color. This is going to be making sure that, again, it's more uniform rather than having lighter and darker shades throughout. Step 5, we add the sealer on there. Step 6, all of our sealer is hand sanded, so it's going to make it a nice smooth finish when we do apply our catalyzed varnish. What is a catalyzed varnish? Catalyzed varnish means it's got solid and liquid molecules in there. We add that to the tables or chairs or buffets, and the reason we do that is afterwards, when it goes through the drying process, it's being baked at 104 degrees, the liquid molecules will evaporate and solid molecules will form to the table or any part of whatever furniture we're finishing. At the end of this drying process, liquid molecules have evaporated, 42% solid molecule finish. This is the strongest in the industry. The more solid molecules in your catalyzed varnish, the harder it is to stain, to scratch, to ding, to dent, anything like that. So again, the strongest in the industry, and please make sure you're talking about this to your clients. After that, we've got our wipe stain finish. So our wipe stain is basically step 3, where it is getting hand wiped into every piece of furniture. After that, we have heirloom quality furniture, which is basically you're going to have little dings and dents in there, like this has been handed down from generation to generation, hence the name heirloom quality or heirloom finish. After that, we have the rustic. It's taking those little dings and dents that were in the heirloom collection, but we're also adding rasping around the edges, a little bit of black finish around the edges, just so it looks really rustic, like it could have been in a farmhouse or something like that. Wipe stained brush. This is one of our newest finishes that we've offered, and it's basically, we've got this very coarse metal sandpaper that goes against the grain. So if you've got a table that is a solid top, the grain is going lengthwise. We're going to be sanding this from side to side, and it's going to add a very unique look to the table, and it's going to be having little divots throughout, but it's going to be very uniform as well. After that, we have chamois. So chamois, artisan, and century, the differences between those finishes and the rest of the finishes we offer is we do not put a toner on there. And the reason we do not put a toner on there is because we want a light and dark variance throughout the wood. So what we actually do is we add water into the tops of the tables after they've been stained, and then we wipe them in different ways to add lighter and darker shading throughout. So this is a beautiful finish, and it's proven to be one of our most populars over the past few years. Artisan is again the chamois finish, except we've added basically all of the rustic appearances in there. So some gouges, some dings, some dents. Some of the things we don't do on there is it won't have the rasping or the dark edges around there. Then we go to our old. The old finish is very big chunks, dings and dents in there. One of our finishes that has an upcharge, the only two finishes we offer that have an upcharge are the old and the century. So, and those are an 8% upcharge, and you'll notice if you're using the Design It or looking in the price list that these are going to be adding that 8%. So old is like the rustic, except bigger dings, dents, and chunks taken out. And then the century is going even farther by adding some hand planing in there, darking, rasping a little bit more as well, and just making it look like it's a century old, essentially. After that, we have our opaque, which is just a solid finish, just paint. So you've got white, orange, red, black, whatever finishes that we offer. And then you have the worn. Worn is going to be all paint finishes as well, but you'll have little marks where it would be worn through from somebody potentially grabbing at the same part of a table or chair, especially along the top bridge of a chair where people typically put their hand to pull out a chair. You'll have little worn marks in there. Sand through is very much like the worn, except you're seeing it a lot more. So instead of a little worn, it's a lot worn. So we call that sand through. I hope you've enjoyed the presentation on our 8-step finishing and the little descriptions on all of the individual finishes that Bermex offered. Thank you very much.